Horse Tactician. Enjoy the video. If you're not training, you're fucking wrong. Wrong, I tell you.
What's going on YouTube? Dark Horse Tactician. If you hear any chickens in the background, it's because there's fucking chickens in the background. You hear me? Red dot versus iron sights. What everybody wants to know. This is going to tend to more, new shooters, but hey, if you've been shooting for a long time and you still don't know what to pick, a red dot or iron sight, well then fucking keep listening. Okay? Well, so I think the biggest thing to think about when you're talking about a red dot versus iron sights, okay, is what do you train with more, a red dot or an iron sight? See, the red dot in a self-defense situation, whether it's, your everyday carry or a home defense pistol, I have a few issues with both, okay? A red dot is easier to pick up at nighttime if, you have somebody breaking into your house and you need to cap their ass. Well, you see, one of the bigger things is that people don't train shooting at nighttime. They don't train. They have all these flashlights on their pistols, and the majority of people aren't going to train with that flashlight, right? So if you're not training with your flashlight, then you're wrong, okay? Because what are the chances if you're going to be in a life or death situation at your house and you need at nighttime and you need that flashlight right then and there, are you going to be able to hit that thumb button and in a time when you need to put 10 rounds into somebody? Are your fine motor skills that don't have that memory built into you, are they going to be able to hit that flashlight? Probably not. Just saying. So that's something to think about. So get out and train, okay, at nighttime. Simple as that. Handheld flashlight, weapon mounted flashlight, train both ways. All right, red dot, iron sights, I shoot both, okay? I am very proficient in both. That's my choice, because if something ever happens, like a fucking shit hits the fan, whatever, then your weapon goes down, you lose you drop your pistol down a fucking mountain, or it falls in a lake, or whatever, you get shot with a bullet, and you got to do a pickup, a battlefield pickup. Well, you're not going to get to pick and choose whether it's iron sights or red dot, right? So you got to be proficient in both. It's just logical. Because if you're picking up somebody else's pistol and it's iron sights and you only shoot red dot and you've only shot iron sights a handful of times, you're probably going to suck and not hit anything, You'd be lucky if you hit the broadside of a fucking barn, right? So be proficient in both. Don't be closed-minded and, get caught up in that you need to only shoot with a red dot. I think today, with all these trends going on, people lose their hindsight. They're worried about what gear they have. They're worried about red dot they have. They're worried about this and that. And they forget to fucking train, okay? Stop spending, a lot of people that don't train a lot, they don't buy enough ammunition to be able to train a lot. They're buying all this gear and they're not able to buy all the ammunition that you should be shooting. Well, how much ammunition should you shoot in a day, in a week? How many times a week should you train? Well, that's up to you. I shoot as much as I can, when I can, and how much I can. So I can't answer any of those questions. For me personally, You know, if I'm not shooting at least 500 rounds a week, I'm wrong. Normally it's, 3 to 500 rounds a range session. So, you know, but that's just me. Okay. I train almost every day, whether it's dry fire training, you don't need ammunition to do that. I'd say three days out of 7, I'm dry fire training, running drills in my house, in my barn, in my yard, without ammunition. I have a Glock 19 clone pellet pistol. Okay, it has a CO2 cartridge, and that's fucking great. It fits all my Glock 19 holsters, and that's iron sights. Okay, you can't put a red dot on that bitch. So, it's actually good practice to just use a pellet gun. Saves a lot on ammunition. I mainly use that. I set up a CQB, in my barn situation, just for some concealed draw, some drawing from concealment, right? It's good practice. I'm not like clearing rooms in the barn and all that shit, because the situation I'm probably going to find myself in, if any situation, is going to be, me having to draw from concealment in some kind of environment where there's a shithead with a gun, right? Those are more high percentage scenarios than anything else. So buy yourself a Glock 19 pellet. I think they make the P320 SIG as well in a pellet form. So I think I got it right here, actually. Let's see. Okay, there it is, right there. Look at that bastard. Okay, compared, this is an MR920 Glock clone. I mean, there it is. Look at that. Look how they're the same size, same shape. They fit all the same holsters. It's a fucking great training tool. You don't even need the CO2, okay? You don't even need to shoot pellets. It's just good to have that positive sound. That's just the little air thump that it makes coming out of the CO2, But I do shoot the pellets because I set up a cardboard target, It's just a fucking great training tool. So if you want to not spend a shit ton of money on ammo and still do some great training, right there, okay? This is made by Glock, okay? So I think you can find this on their website. I don't know. I bought it at a local store, but it is actually made by Glock, okay? It's got Glock sights, okay? Everything. Look, it says Austria 19. It's got the Glock symbol. It's literally a Glock 19 clone. So, and it, it's got a good it's got a 20 round magazine for pellets. Fucking awesome training tool, okay? I use this thing a shit ton. So red dot, iron sights does not matter. You need to train with both, as far as I'm concerned. I train with both. It's just good habit. You're going to be more proficient in shooting if you can do everything, right? So don't limit yourself. Don't think you're limited since you have a red dot on one of your pistols, that you got to only shoot red dot, and forget about the ones with iron sights, right? Be proficient in both. Train as much as you can, because it could save your life someday. I think people get caught up in the spending a lot of money on gear and whatnot, Buy ammo. That's all I gotta say. Buy as much ammo as you can and shoot as much ammo as you can. Because that is training, my friend. Dressing up in all this gear and shit is great if you have the money to do that and buy ammo. But if you're all dressed up in gear and I'm dressed in a fucking hoodie, okay, and a mask, and we're in a shit hits the fan situation, and it's me versus you, I'm gonna come out on top because I've shot much more rounds than you have, right? So you gotta fucking train, right? You'd probably be a good target with this mask on, but hey, I'm just saying. So something to think about. If you run red dot, try and get a pistol that has iron sights. Or take your red dot off once in a while and shoot iron sights. I think it's great to just train with fucking both. Like I said, buy yourself a Glock clone. The best one is from Glock. I've gone through a few pellet pistols. And this one is by far the most realistic, straight from Glock. Okay? So that's some food for thought. Save you some money in training. Set yourself up a fucking cardboard target and shoot some damn pellets at it. Draw from concealed. You can do everything that a fucking regular gun can do. All right?
Dark Horse out.